Greetings everyone, welcome. In this very short video, I'm going to show you how to cite sources in the text in your writing. So, this is in MLA style. So, whenever you cite a source, it doesn't matter if you're using a direct quote or if you're maybe borrowing an idea from an author. Even if you're just summarizing and paraphrasing the author, you need to cite the source in the text. Of course, you cite the source in the text, and then you do the complete citation on the works cited page. So, doesn't matter what kind of paper you're doing, text analysis, a classic argument, you're going to need to do this. So I'm just taking. So to do this correctly, look at the following document. So I just made a sentence up. But you see, Eugene August claims that an anti-male bias exists in English, end quote. Then in the parentheses, I put page number, I close the parentheses out and put a period. So the rule here is that if the author's name is stated in the sentence, you don't have to put the author's name then in the page number. Okay. Then if they were being vague about who the author is in the sentence, say for instance, the author claims that an anti-male bias exists in English, that's where we have to put in the parentheses August, since he's our author, then the page number, parentheses, period. So you do this. As far as style goes, it's a good idea most of the time to just actually state the author's name in the sentence. That way you don't have to worry about the page number. But sometimes you might just want to put it in the parentheses. Let's say that you're doing a classic argument, for instance, and in that second section, the neutral summary, you're trying to sum up different perspectives, without interjecting yourself. So it doesn't really matter then who wrote it. You're just trying to sum up, who made these claims on both sides. That might be a case where you do it the second way. The ideas are more of the focus than the author in that circumstance. This is how you cite sources in the text. So I will also add to this, whenever you change sources, cite again. So let's say you're using August, and then you switch to an article written by somebody else. So let's say you did 2 cites in a row from August, then you switch to another author. So that when you switch, you then have to do this. You have to make sure that you show that you're switching. So you can either put it in the sentence or the parentheses. Then let's say after that you go back to August again, also your 4th citation in the paper. So you would then have to specify that you're talking about August again. Anytime you change sources in the paper, cite it. Okay. And then, but let's say for instance that you talk about the same source several times in a row. You mention this. So let's say in this case that you're talking about August. You cite him 3 or 4 times in a row. You don't have to keep mentioning his name over and over and over. If you say so 3 or 4 times in a row, you can just put the page number. So let's say you do it 3 or 4 times in a row, then you change and you change again. Every time you change, make sure you specify. That's the basic rule as far as in-text citation goes. Like I said, anytime you're summarizing, paraphrasing, direct quoting somebody, you want to make sure you do it this way. It's important that you follow the the style here that I've laid out. At work, citing text in text sources is different if you're doing APA style. I just wanted to mention that. But in that case, if you're writing a paper in APA style, you'd want to look up the rules on how to do it. This is the rules of MLA. So thank you very much. Hope this was helpful. See you next time.